Yeah, so one thing really quick. If you have dirt tires, don't ride it on the street. But I'm not gonna ride it in the dirt anymore because my buddies that I would ride in the dirt are in Ohio, and I'm in Texas, so, you know, I just blasted them down the road, have a good time with it. So let me get you set up so we can do these rear brake pads. Now, I like showing people how to work on their vehicles using common hand tools. I have specialty tools, but I will not bring out the specialty tools. We will just keep this very simple. And like I said, I am not a trained BRP tech. This is for entertainment purposes only. If you don't know what a wrench is, maybe you shouldn't be working on your Can-Am Spyder. So let's get you set up. Let's get my glasses pushed up. I feel like an old person. Like I said, we have removed the ABS sensor. This caliper is not that heavy, so I really don't have a problem with it just kind of hanging here. And what we need to do is come over here and there's that little star Torx right there, and we're gonna have to remove that. So I will remove it, but there's a little pin. I'll remove the pin and then I'll get back and I'll show you. And we take some dikes or side cuts, whatever you want to call them. I just used my fingers. And there you go, it came right off. I'm going to loosen that. And it shouldn't be like crazy tight. That's why they have that little clip to keep this pin from backing off. And this pin which is going to need cleaned up, kind of holds everything together. One brake pad, two brake pads. They say the thickness of a dime. So we can see these things have worn decently. This one's a little thinner than this one. So we'll clean up slides to make sure, yeah, these slides are in good shape. What I mean by slide, it's these. You want to remove all grit and dirt, and then we're going to lubricate them. So we'll set that here. We're going to spin this caliper this way. We're going to grab a rag and we're just going to wipe off any dirt that might be on there. Might even spray it here a little bit with some just so we don't put any dirt inside the boot. And then you have these hopefully that's a leaf. That's a leaf, not a bug. And then you have these holes in the piston, and that's where you put your special tool. But what we're going to use is we're just going to use needle nose pliers or anything. And then we just rotate it in. Put a little inward pressure on it. Make sure the park brake is not engaged. And like I said, there's specialty tools for this. Might make it a little easier. But you can do it without the specialty tools. And that's what I'm priding my videos on. I have the specialty tools. Just go nice and easy. And I think we are about there. There we go. So this caliper looks pretty good. We are going to grab our little brush, hit where the slides, get any corrosion off, here. Okay, and then we're going to take our pin. And we're going to do the same thing. One pin. Then we're going to grab our slide. We're going to do the same thing here. Well, this is the caliper bracket. We're going to clean that pin off. And we're going to take our brush. We're going to hit these right here really good. And these are just stainless steel inserts so the pad can slide. Clean off any where the mounting. All right, let's try this. Make sure your pads are seated. And this is going to be difficult for me not to be able to see around this camera. You know, filming and working all at the same time is a little difficult. There we go. Can someone get me the bolts? So this is what we're going to do. All right, I'm sorry about that. I had to get the bolts. And I did not want the caliper to fall off. That is why I put that in there. Just to hold the caliper up. Now remember, we don't have our ABS sensor plugged in yet. $16mm, I do believe. Oh, I don't want to whack the camera. There we go. And then I will get the screws for this. Now listen, don't do that. Whatever you do, don't do that. That's not how it goes. I'll show you how it goes. And get me the right tool. There we go, right tool. So that sensor has shims. Make sure you put the shims back in. This one has 3 shims. because that air gap has to be 1000% correct. There we go. That's good, that's good. That's not touching anything. That's not touching anything. And then before you go drive off, pump the brakes to get those pads seated. Because if not, when you hit the brakes, that pedal's gonna be crazy low at first and it might scare you. I've actually seen people run into things in shop settings where they didn't have brakes because they didn't pump the brakes up. So make sure you have brakes before you take off. Now I'm pretty much done with this. I am going to torque the axle nuts and I am done. That is a new back tire, new rear brakes. Super easy, right? I used all hand tools, nothing special. So definitely let me know if you have any questions. This is on my 2020 Can-Am Spyder F3T. It's the same on the F3s. Pretty much all the Can-Am Spyders. So yeah, I'll let everybody go. I don't know what I'm looking around for. But yeah, that's how I do my brakes. I use EBC brake pads. You can use factory brake pads. They're Brembos, so they're super good quality. So on that, stay safe. I'll see everybody down the road.